Hey everybody. Last week's or even month, I had a little YouTube hangover. But since the next Camino is at the door, I'm back. And you might think it's still half a year to go for the next Camino season. Plenty of time. Believe me, it's not. Hi, I'm Mike from Germany and I'm a Camino addict. Now, whenever people ask me, Mike, why do you always walk the Camino de Santiago? I don't know. As I think it was on my third Camino at Horizon, when you introduce yourself at the community dinner, talk about yourself. I once said, I'm Mike, I'm from Germany, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. This is the Camino mindset that you're looking for. Now, you might find yourself in a challenging, life-changing situation like, I don't know, a loved one died, you're in a divorce, you quit your job or finished your college. That's all a good time to start walking the Camino. That's never the reason. Whenever you're looking for a solution to a problem or an answer to an important question, you won't find it on the Camino. You know, people say the Camino doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you need at this exact moment. And it's true. And I think the most, or let's say the best Camino experience you will make when you don't know why you go there and you don't expect anything at all. You just shut down your mind. Don't think, pack your bag and go. Then the real Camino will happen to you. And the reason why you walk the Camino will reveal itself while walking or at latest when you arrive at Santiago. Then you will figure out why you've been there and that it was the exact right decision. Trust me. Stop thinking there is no reason. Or there is, in fact, in the end. Now, where to go? Especially if you're, let's say, new to the Camino business. There is plenty of Camino. Dozens. Of course, we're talking about the Camino de Santiago, means the way that leads to the tomb of how's it called in English? St. James, which is in Santiago. There's, of course, many different pilgrimages to Fatima, I think Padua, Rome, Israel. We don't talk about that. We only talk about the Camino de Santiago. And I walked the French way, the Camino Frances, 6 times. Twice the prolongation to Fistera and Moschia. And I walked the Camino Portugues once. So next year will be Camino number 8. And I didn't decide yet which way to go. All I know is I don't want to walk the French way next year. But anyway, when you're new to the Camino business and you're looking for the Camino spirit, the Camino community, the, let's say, Camino feeling, no matter what I think, I would recommend the French way. because I think the most amazing people, the most people, the most nationalities, best infrastructure, and I think when you walk the French way, you can kind of relax and just let it go. Now, 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago, yes, I walked the Camino Portugues, and it was nice. Although, you know, now for 3 Caminos, I am vlogging daily while walking with daily uploads, and every day I'm complaining, and every day I'm grumpy. But in the end, everything's nice. And you know, when I shoot videos, those are only snapshots of this moment. And you know, when you are true to yourself, when you are on the Camino de Santiago, you don't walk around smiling, having fun, nice to people all the time, love everything. You don't do that all the time. And if you try to tell me that, you're a liar, my friend. So, and not to forget, I'm German. We tend to point out the negative things. We don't talk about the positive things. It's genetically. Anyway, even the Camino Portugues was an amazing Camino. But simply due to the fact that you don't have this infrastructure like on the French way, I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. And forget about that there is any easy Camino or Camino for beginners. It simply doesn't exist. You know, well, when you ask people, I do it for my first time, which Camino should I walk? Oh, you should walk the Portuguese way, it's easy. And it's not. I think every Camino has its own challenges. You know, the only easy part on the Camino Portuguese is that, especially in the Portuguese part before you get to Spain, it's more or less flat, not much of elevation. But on the other hand, most of the time, you're walking along the street, paved roads, and lots of cobblestones. And that hurts. I think the Camino Portugues is not much fun to walk. Of course, once you enter Galicia in Spain, changes completely. And then, my friend, you're on the real Camino. And although I hate mountains from deep of my heart, I don't like them at all. I prefer to walk a mountain in the woods than walking flat on the street. What I liked about the Portuguese way is it's for long time you're walking along the ocean. It's amazing. Costa del Morte. I love that very much. But on the other hand, on the left side, you have the ocean. On the right-hand side, you have the street. And that is exhausting. And to be honest, although it was breathtakingly beautiful, after 2 or 3 days, gets a little boring. But anyway, was a beautiful Camino. But, okay, I tried to walk in barefoot shoes. My mistake, user error. But whenever I arrived at the albergue, I had so much pain in my feet that I had to take painkillers just to be able to sleep. During the walk, I had no issues at all. Knees are perfect, legs are perfect, but my feet killed me. That's when you walk on cobblestones for 8 hours a day. But anyway, after I arrived at Santiago and every ballast, can I say that, fell down, it was an amazing Camino. I met amazing people, had an amazing time. It was awesome. But walking the Portuguese way, although it was physically not that exhausting, I was so drained in the end. I was, all of my power, all of my energy was gone. Although my body was perfectly fine, but mentally I was completely drained. So if you think the Camino Portuguese is an easy way, forget about it. So I think the choice of the Camino you want to walk, I don't know, man. Doesn't make any difference. Now people say if you have only 2 weeks time, walk the Portuguese way from Porto, as I did. You can make it in, I don't know, 11, 12 days. Easy. But on the other hand, you can also walk the French way in 2 weeks. You start from Leon. If you have 3 weeks, you start from Burgos. If you have 4 weeks or more, you start from Saint-Jean. No problem at all. Or if you have 10 or 12 days, walk the Camino Primitivo. You choose. But there is no easy Camino at all. Now, when should you walk? Of course, the Camino is open the entire year, and many albergues are open all of the time. So you can walk whenever you want to. Now, the official season for the Camino starts in April until, I'm not sure, end of October. And yeah, if you want to start before March and before April and you want to walk the French way from Saint-Jean, the Route Napoleon is closed. They don't let you walk over the Pyrenees because there's too much snow and it's too dangerous and they don't want to pick you up by helicopter. So you have to walk around the mountain. It's possible. But even if you start in May, like I do, always between beginning and mid of May, there can be snow on the pyramids. But I think starting in May is the best time for the Camino because everything is green, everything is blooming, the scent of the herbs and the flowers. It's amazing. And it's not that hot. Although temperatures can go up to, I don't know, 30 degrees. But if you walk in July or August, temperatures can go up 35, 40 degrees. And that's a point when there's no fun walking anymore. You know, I like when it's warm. I prefer sweating over, being soaking wet and freezing. But 35, 40 degrees? No. So July, August, I wouldn't want to do that. And especially July and August, many countries have summer vacation, summer holidays. And you have a lot of French and Spanish people on the Camino, and it gets very crowded. So I welcome me. You do you. Another point of, let's say, walking in winter and why I would never want to do that. It's not that it's dangerous or it's cold, just due to the fact that you have to carry so much more weight with you and so much heavy stuff, and your sleeping bag has to be heavier, and all those shirts and stuff that keeps you warm, and no, I don't want that. So now, if you decided to walk the Camino and you're not sure which way to go, there's a nice website called godesalco.com. And there you can, it's on Spanish, but you can do that. You can roughly plan your Camino de Santiago. They have most of the different Caminos for selection. And I don't know how accurate the data is. I don't know how the website is updated, but it's perfect for roughly planning. You can plan your starting point, your several stations, and yeah, at the end you can download a GPX file for your navigation system. Of course, you don't need any navigation system on the Camino, but when you're like me, you sometimes like to walk where nobody else walks, or you get lost because you're distracted. Can be very helpful. So, I don't know which way to walk next year. I don't want to walk the French way next year because this year's French way was kind of a, I don't know, was too crowded, and let's say too crowded with the wrong people. Unusual, huge amount of Turigrinos. And those are not the kind of people that I want to hang out with on the Camino de Santiago. But anyway, this year maybe I'm debating between Camino del Norte, Camino Portugues from Lisbon, or maybe something crazy like Via Francigena through Italy to Rome. Of course, this wouldn't be Camino de Santiago. But I think most likely will be the Portuguese, the long one. Maybe even from Faro. I don't know. So, what are you planning? You want to walk the Camino? When do you start? Let me know down in the comments. And since I'm in the new Camino mode 2024, this time I read my comments, promise. See you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Buon Camino.